Happy Wednesday. Welcome to Worldwide Ramblings. My name is Jack Willard, and wow, all of a sudden, people are here, like Vinnie Maru from Las Vegas. Lord Jack was born a rambling. It's true. I used to identify with that song, Vinnie. My son actually made a CD for me when I knew I was going to be taking a road trip because to this day, I still have a CD player in my car because it's a 2018. After that, hard to find a CD player. But he put songs that I love, like Carefree Highway by the late, great Gordon Lightfoot. He was alive when he sang it, though. Rambling Man was definitely on there. Traveling Man by Ricky Nelson. Uh, let's see, On the Road Again by Willie Nelson, songs like that. And I just loved it. You know, it was about 20 songs that my son Corey put together for me. And I played that as I drove. Another road trip is in my offering, some sort of road trip anyway. Anyway, it's so good to see you, Vinny. How you feeling? What's going on with you? How's things in the City of Lights? Trying to make a living and doing the best I can. Doing the best he can, yeah. Well, I've been working hard tonight, Vinny. I released a second video in our Suddenly 70s series. So that came out at about 7 o'clock tonight, East Coast time. And it's the second video we did. And since it's outside my main topic, I know the goal is to find an audience for it. I don't necessarily have the audience, but I listened to it back. It's 31 minutes long, and I'm pretty proud with it. Sometimes it just clicks. I tried a couple of second videos in this series, and I even had one scheduled to premiere, and then I got to thinking about it and said, no, I didn't get it right. I didn't get it right, so I canceled the debut. And tonight I sat down, and on the first take, I got it. I had notes. I had prepared for this. I didn't, just go willy-nilly. I prepared for it. And of course, a lot of it was ad lib too. But I was happy with it. I'm happy what it says. And I know it deserves an audience. But how do you find that audience that aren't even going to know the video exists? So please share it if you like it at all. Put it on Facebook or whatever you can. It's I think well worth someone's time, especially those of a certain age. Maybe you've already turned 70, you're in your 70s or more, or maybe you're going to turn 70s. I think I see some good things in there, and I'd love you to check it out. So welcome back, Vinny. Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back, Vincent. Followed by Tracy. Hello, Tracy. How you doing? When it comes to leaving the hopes, you'll understand. Jack was born a rambling man. I identified with that for so long, Vinny. I really did. I don't do as much of it as I used to, but this is going to be one busy summer, and some of it you're going to see on tape. So that's all I can tell you right now. I mean, I could tell you that I'm visiting my son because that's the plan. That's the plan. Lord willing, please pray. These things are a little scarier to me than they used to be. Some it involves driving. Some I'll be leaving the driving to them and then flying back from Texas. That's the plan. That's the plan. That's the rule. Ha 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 ha. I can't get the high voice tonight from Tucker. What are you doing, Tucker? You're imploding. But then again, you got a whole new audience of Trump haters and conspiracy theorists. So have at it, I guess. America only is never the way to go. America first, but not America only. Nancy DeMarco, where you been? Good evening, Jack and friends. Nice to have you here, Nancy. I feel like we talked just today. Like with No Stick Pam as well. Hi, my nose is so itchy. Why does this happen? I'm not lying. If I'm lying, I'm dying. It's your Wolfman Jack. Put your hand on the radio. Are you naked, baby? Well, he would say that. I shouldn't have added that part. That's where I went astray, Vinny. I went off the tracks. And Karen Phillips, I'm so sorry. How are you, Karen Phillips? Welcome. Hi, Jack and everyone. I'm just doing Wolfman lines. If you ever heard the man known as Wolfman Jack, real name Bob Smith, you know uh, how he was on the radio. Legendary for sure. Yeah, been gone since 1995. Where does the time go? Linda Nash is here. I've known some Nashes. I think you've been here before, and I've said the same thing. I knew Steve Nash and his son, Junior Nash. I knew them when I worked at the homeless men's shelter. Wow, you were the first out of the gate, Vinny. Yeah, you are. You're like a horse tonight. Just put up a picture on Facebook of a beautiful horse with me standing next to it on the Jack Willard Facebook account. Well, I was first out of the gate. I read that. Now I'm from the Department of Redundancy Department. Surviving, waiting on doctor stuff as usual. Do you have a hard time seeing somebody out there? Do you have a hard time getting approved for stuff like, some insurances? MRI is like, it's like pulling teeth. Elaine Peterson joins us from the lovely state of Washington. Your mayor is, I think she's trying to win the award for the worst mayor in the country, but there is some tough competition in the state of Illinois and Chicago. That guy's hard to beat. And, other states that I might as well, except I'll say Spamberger in New Jersey. But other than that, I better just watch me mouth. Better watch me mouth. In terms of Mondami in New York, as the Bold and Broke guy pointed out, he knows a lot about this. I finally saw he did a video on this. It's been out a while. And he said, I think he said without the governor's approval, because she does have power. Without the governor's approval and the legislature in Albany, the mayor of New York can't even flush the toilet without permission. So he ain't going to do none of those things, he said. The free stuff crowd, I could have used a different word. The free stuff crowd, take it from the rich, and you sit there eating your chips, playing on your devices. You're not going to get what you thought you were going to get because he does not have the power. And all of a sudden, he's not talking about the free buses so much anymore. Forget that. You got fooled. Now he's talking about we've got to respect our Jewish neighbors. We can't be anti-Semitic and things like that because things are going crazy down there. The Palestinians were having a big riot and the cops were trying to control it just last night. It's chaos. It's chaos in the city of New York so much of the time. And that's a crying shame. It used to be the greatest city. What happened, Vinny Maru? What do you suppose happened? Do you have that kind of stuff going on in Las Vegas? I don't hear about it if you do. How are you, Elaine? She loves me. I love you, Elaine. You be good now. I'm watching you. And Vinny's saying hello to all. We start off with 29 and 8 likes already. Here's Deborah McGinty. She's pushing 70. It's like you're pushing it up the hill, right? Jack, and you're right. Seeing life in a different way. It does feel different at 70. You do start to focus on things that were kind of just occasional thoughts, and now they become more paramount. Speaking of paramount, I got to talk about Paramount. I'm going to do a video on that. I got a bunch of videos here. Everything from is Garth Brooks a still serial killer? Have you heard that, audience? Garth Brooks, if I can pronounce the name. I'm not trying to say Albert Brooks, who's a genius. I'm saying Garth Brooks. Is he the most prolific serial killer of all times? That's a 2020-25 book by that guy who wants to steal your home title. He's always on there. I don't see him as much anymore doing that. Now, he did his time. I'm all for second and 1 million chances because God has given me so many chances. Now he's got a book on Garth Brooks that's in paper book now from 2025. I'm going to get into that just a little bit. That's on my short video list. I just did minutes ago, really. I did a video on Megyn Kelly, Megyn Kelly will lose the Trump video. It'll be released in the early morning hours, very short video. But I'm in a creative mood now. And I realize that, it's all going to be an uphill fight. But tonight we're going to play an excerpt from Pastor Bob Joyce's latest sermon as he talks about complaining. We'll talk more. Bob Joyce, your questions, your comments on Pastor Bob Joyce are more than welcome. Um, Elaine, as Minnie Pearl would say, howdy. I didn't get I can't get the high notes tonight. I tried to get Tucker's laugh and I couldn't do it. Howdy. I can't do high tonight. What does that mean, Deborah McGinty? I'm not high tonight. Pushing 70. Yes, I know what it feels like to get there. And I certainly know once you get there that it's different. It's definitely different. Helen McDonald from Australia, where it's what time? It's early. It's daytime, but it's another day. It's Thursday. I hate the Thursday. No, I'm just kidding. Hello, Jack and friends from Australia. Welcome to you, Helen. I'm sure Jackie will join us at some point. She usually does. Your comrade. Yeah. So, well, I'm glad you're here, Vinny, because many have been asking about you, and I'm glad that you are back. And I don't know, shoot me a text, shoot me an email, and I'll make it easy if you want to text, okay? I only do that for certain people. I have to feel it in my gut. I have to feel it in my gut. That's all I can tell you. Because I think you said you prefer texting. So sure. So yeah, Megyn Kelly will lose the Trump battle. That's a short video. It'll be coming out in the overnight hours. It's not overnight in Australia, but you know what I mean. I haven't done the Garth Brooks thing. Okay, let me talk about Paramount Showtime blindsiding subscribers. It's not that big of a deal, but it's a big deal, It's a big deal when you try to sneak something in. I don't like it. Paramount, which owns CBS, right? Paramount, CBS, Showtime, all in the same bed together. And, I bought Paramount, which bought Showtime because I really wanted Showtime to see Dexter Resurrection in 2025. There's no way, and they know this, there's no way I was not going to do that because I love Dexter. Maybe I love serial killers. Maybe I am one. Oh, yeah, I'd screw that up big time. I bought an orange car. How can I be a serial killer? You tell me. They spot me right away. So I bought 2025. I bought, we got the stream again for what is now Paramount Plus / Showtime. And you get other channels with that, including the CBS network, which Andy likes because he loves that Law and Order. Well, if it's not Law and Order on there, it's the other one, NCIS. Oh, he loves those shows. He loves NCIS, And so he's happy, and we're keeping it and what have you. And sure enough, Michael C. Hall has begun filming Dexter Resurrection Season 2, which will probably debut in September. So cool. So I figure maybe I'll catch an episode of what I've already seen, Dexter Resurrection Season 1. And there's also Dexter New Blood, which was the thing they did where they kind of appeared to kill him off. And then the fans screamed bloody murder, and Showtime at that point said, okay, we'll fix it. We'll fix it. We're sorry. People were saying, don't tell us we're going to have a show with Harrison. We like Harrison, his son, the actor who plays his son, but we want Michael C. Hall. That's why we tune in. And then the rest of the cast, Deb was not on Resurrection because they killed her off in New Blood. I get it. Okay. They found a way to bring Dexter back. They never said he was actually dead from the gunshot wound from his son, Harrison. All right. So anyway, we get it. All 10 episodes. Phenomenal TV. Phenomenal. Did not disappoint. Once again, like New Blood, record numbers. Now Paramount knows we'll just keep this show forever until the fans get sick of it. There's no indication they will. So I figure I'll watch I'll watch some of the old ones again with that little guy. I forget his name, Neo. I always do. You're here, aren't you, Neo? Didn't I say hello to you? I don't know. But that little actor that works all the time, can never remember his name. Midget, if you want to say that word, I guess it's offensive now. Little person, whatever. He's a actor that works all the time. And so I go to watch it, and it says, no, it's not included with your Paramount subscription anymore. You have to get Paramount Premium now to see this. And as I look through the list of shows, some shows, like the new Madison show with Kurt Russell, that's a brand new show. And that is included with the Paramount Plus. But so many shows and the good movies now, oh, I have to go from $9 a month to $13.99 with Paramount Premium. I got no notice this was going to happen. If they had sent out an email saying, now look, you know how much we're paying Michael C. Hall to do Dexter Resurrection? We can't keep it at 9. You know, everything's going up. We got to go up to $13.99. I would have understood that. I would have understood that. But I have to get surprised by going on there, and my Paramount Plus now only covers a few of the new things and mostly the old stuff, but not their number one show, Dexter. Oh, yes, the old episodes, you know, all those seasons are still included. But New Blood and then Dexter Resurrection, I got to go up to premium. And I will go up to premium, as they know. I will go up when the new season starts. But I thought that was a ripoff. I thought that was wrong, Paramount, to do that without sending out proper notice. HBO has a deal where HBO Max, where it's $9 with ads and $13, $14 if you want ad free, which is what we associate all the years I watched HBO as a kid or a teenager. There were no ads. There was no way you would have ads. That's why you got HBO. Okay, you want to have a one with ads, make some money in that process. And then if you don't want the ads, you get the $13, $14 version. But you let everybody know, and I thought that was fair. So I got it. I have to admit that I kind of wanted to see Euphoria. I wanted to check it out and see what it is. Yeah, Sydney Sweeney's in it. I know I'm making myself look bad, but I was curious, you know? Um, I saw The Housemaid. I thought that was pretty good with Amanda Seyfried also. And so I started perusing HBO Max, and my God, it's no longer your father's HBO channel. It no longer is. It's all for young people now, and it's all soulless. I mean, there's exceptions to that, and they got all the old series and stuff, but there's a lot of stuff on there that's, you know, for XYZ millennials maybe, but not for me. It's a whole, well, you know, Al Pacino ain't doing the movies he used to do. I get it. Robert Duvall is dead, etc. So it's gonna change. It's 2026. But you know, I found most of the storyline of Euphoria to be unwatchable. Every actor on there is great. It has nothing to do with them. They're all top-notch performers. I think Sydney is very capable in what she does. The guy who plays her husband, very likable. But you know, it's just the story. She comes in late to every episode, and what you have to try to watch from the Silver Slipper Men's Club. Ugh, awful, awful, awful. My ears are not garbage cans. I want nothing to do with it. So I fast forward to see the Sydney parts, and she's getting married, and it's the third episode now. She's getting married, and her husband owes money to this mafia type guy, and he shows up at the wedding. That's a pretty good scene, I must say. He's just talking quietly as he leans on him, and he tells him, because he hasn't paid him off, he hasn't paid him back, I'm going to become your worst nightmare. And I'll just tell you this much: he doesn't know how soon that's going to happen. But when he gets back to wherever they're going to have, whether it's their house or whatever, to you know, for the wedding night, the honeymoon night, the thugs are there, and this guy is sitting eating their food. And that scene that ensues is one of the most violent scenes I've ever seen on television. I know it's not really happening, but it was just horrific, horrific. And I said, I'm done with this show. I'm done with the show. And Karen will want to see that there is a few adult shows that come on there. The Gilded Age will come on for another season, but that probably won't be to 2027 at the earliest. It won't be. And then there's she didn't even like the Sex and the City reboot. That was too crappy even for her. She likes Sex and the City, but and Just Like That reboot, she didn't. She liked some of it, but not a lot of it. She just thought was, not that good, not that good. So whatever. Andy says we're going to keep it. He pays that part of the bill. He likes some of the stuff on there. Fine. But I'm done with Euphoria. I'm done. I'm done and ashamed I ever was drawn to it. You may hit me with the ruler. Deborah, I don't think Katina's here. You have a ruler, don't you? Let's see. She's talking. Let's see. Yeah, pushing 70, Jack. And you're right, seeing it in a different way. Yeah, that's what happens. It really does. Let's see here. Let me go down a little further. Did I hear you right, Jack? Fast forward to Sydney Parts. Oh, Viddy. Oh, Viddy. I guess you could put it that way. Jupiter's realm, would you put it that way? Yeah, I guess she would, because she's laughing at what you said. It ain't like I haven't seen those parts already. That's the flesh in a moment of weakness, I mean, what can I tell you? Miles Wright, help me. I'm in need of help here. How are you, Miles Wright? Officially retired now. Do you feel less angst? I probably asked you this last time. Hi, Jack and everyone. Are you enjoying your retirement, Miles? Have you been traveling? Have you been doing projects? Now, what you got to not do is not keep the body moving. You got to move that body. Don't sleep too late, and but go out and enjoy. You've earned it. You have worked, I imagine, for many years, and congratulations on your retirement. Hope you and Judy have a blast. Now, here's a long name here. Some people come with some creative handles. Genius instructor. Well, it's not that hard when you look closely. I had to look closely. Can we get back on topic? Oh, you're just here for, I get that. The Bob Joyce topic. I know. That's why I shouldn't do the topic live, because, yeah, you're right. In a sense, I understand what you're saying. We are 20. No, I don't want to do the sermon clip that I have right away, But what I will do is in the replay, I'll put when the Bob Joyce content starts. But normally the best way for me to go Genius Instructor is to do it in a pre-recorded video. Then I get right to it, and I don't get that kind of a comment. I'm only here, buddy, for Bob Joyce. I don't give a crap about anything else you do. I don't care about the people here. I don't care about anything. I just want to get back to instructing, and in a genius way. That's how it feels. So if I'm wrong, I stand corrected. Miles, we are working on our garden, and just making it easy. See, it's the family here. We talk about everything from soup to nuts. We talk about Vinny being Mr. Las Vegas, and we're happy that that he's still with us, because he's had some serious health struggles. But you're right. I did this the last time, and I put Bob Joyce content starts at 15:58. I remember that on the Wednesday show, at least so people know if that's all you're here for. And I'll do it again, but live, of course, I can't do that because I haven't started it yet. Is that a Jack Willard bobblehead I see? LOL, LOL. They cut off the bottom logo on the Google Photos. I got an 8x10, but they cut off my virtual church logo. This is all from Polka Sean. It's not real. it's not real. I would have to know there was a big audience. I don't want of those people. I don't want to be one of those people that have merch and nobody buys it. You know what I'm saying? I could think of one person, and no, I'm not talking about Bald and Broke. I have no idea how your sales are going, but I hope Bald and Broke they're going very well. I would buy your mug. I probably will buy your mug with your mug on it. Yes, I like him. He's so good. I saw a couple of videos from him today. So, and his rise, he has the audience I'm looking for with my other series, but he's been doing it for a year, so he's earned it, and I haven't, and I understand that that's how it goes. You know, I mean, if you were to start doing Bob Joyce videos, nobody would, you wouldn't get a big response because you're not known for that. So it's the other way with me. But yeah, that's Polka Sean. He's done one for a lot of people, including him and his wife, but it's just something you do in AI, and it doesn't really exist. You know, a few people say, I want one, I would buy one, but it's not enough, I don't think. I'd have to be really sure because they don't want you buying just a few, you know. Oh, I'm running out of breath. I'm talking 100 miles an hour. I probably lost, what's his name there? I probably lost him. Gloria Drummond, Jesus is the only answer. That's her channel here at YouTube. Hi, Jack, and family blessings. Oh, you're just tuning in? Yeah, I haven't said a thing about Sydney Sweeney, and neither did Vinny. Well, just a little. Elaine Peterson saying hi to Gloria, my dear sister. I love you. Since when does the channel I follow follow a topic? It's not really a code. That's the rule, says Tucker Carlson. That's the rule. The guy who does Tucker Carlson on Saturday Night Live, he brought me back to watching a little of Saturday Night Live because he's so good doing it. Yeah, but I did put something in the title, and people want to know when I'm going to get to it. A certain amount do, just a few. So when I do the replay, I'll write the time that that we start. It's not really a code, more like guidelines. Yeah. But I get this from time to time. All people want from me is Bob Joyce, Bob Joyce, Bob Joyce. And I can't do that. So first of all, there are times when the story will be super hot. It'll be heating up this summer. Stay tuned. But right now, not so much. But there is a concert coming up on May 22nd, and there's still tickets available in Cabot, Arkansas. And we'll tell you about that in case you haven't heard. Homer, you are back. Good to see Homer Overcash back. Good evening, all. Welcome to you. Oh, I've been working for hours, guys. So I'm, first I did the Suddenly 70s new video. And then I just did a Megyn Kelly video. And wow, I've been working tonight, and I've got other videos to do, but it won't be tonight. He nailed that bobblehead, says Jupiter's Rome. You think so? I don't know. But the Hawaiian shirts that I often wear, I suppose so. Yeah. So there's 48 watching and 20 likes. Been missing y'all. Been missing you, Homer. Nice to see you with us. Well, I think we could go into the Bob Joyce sermon clip and a little bit of Bob Joyce talk, if you would like. Let's do that. I can't see your comments when I'm doing this. If I really knew what I was doing, I could. Bob Joyce is talking about, it's called our Everlasting Father. Our Everlasting Father from this past Sunday, May 3rd. I can't believe how itchy my nose is. Our Everlasting Father, May 3rd, 2026. And this is a clip from it. He's talking about how we tend to whine and stuff like that. So let's give it a listen. Coming in at, let's say 9:30. 30 minutes in. Go for it, Pastor Bob Joyce.
It doesn't mean that God gives us an excuse for our rebellion, our sinfulness, and our disobedience. But he is such that when he speaks to us, that it is so real. It is so good. Clarifying. Helping us to understand what it is that is for our best. For life, to help us. To make things better for us. God's not telling us that things to harm us or to make things worse. Whenever it is we ask of him things that we want, and God says, no, I don't think that's a good idea. We whine and complain and grumble and question God and doubt God and talk about God. He never gives me what I ask for. How many times have I asked God and he is not listening to me? We are so bent on what we want sometimes. We are so in love with what we want that we don't find ourselves standing before our loving Father with love in our heart for him. Only for what we want from him. Sometimes I believe God gives us things that we ask for. And when we get it, we fall flat on our face. The Lord does that to teach us a lesson. Not that he's mean. That we're so hard-headed. We're so full of ourselves. Oh, we're his child. His child, all right. We're the children of God, but God's got a lot of spoiled kids. I mean, you know. When the prodigal son, as we call him, come to his father, all he had on his mind was party time. The city lights. The wine. And the women. Good time with his buddies. Making his own way through life. I'm a big boy now. Give me what's mine. Give it to me now, what's coming to me. The father let him have it. He left home in a few days. Packed his bags. You know, he made a list. See everything? Oh, I forgot something. My wife, she's that way. She makes lists. It's a good thing to do to make a list. You don't forget things. Oh, we don't forget anything. Whatever's important to us, we're going to remember that. Forget about what you want. It's what I want. It's what I'm thinking. This is I need to do this. Oh, we never forget. We never think less of the things we want.
Okay, it's longer than I usually play. But I know now more than ever you want to hear the rest of that. So just go to bobjoyce.org, and it's last Sunday's sermon, Pastor Bob Joyce, Our Everlasting Father. Good preaching there. And of course, it's kind of in the middle of that story, so you'll want to hear the whole sermon. If we go down a little further at bobjoyce.org, Pastor Bob will have a charity concert Friday evening, May 22nd. Not that far away anymore, is it? To benefit the ABC FM Arkansas Baptist Children and Family Ministries at the First Baptist Church of Cabot at 204 North 3rd Street in Cabot, Arkansas. More details and ticket purchases, just go to bobjoyce.org. Bobjoyce.org can be found in the Facebook post at ABCFM Benefit Concert with Pastor Bob Joyce /May 22nd. You can click on that right here at bobjoyce.org. The premium seats have been sold out, but there's still general admission tickets. It's a big church. I don't think there is a bad seat in the house. So this is your chance, since things are going on like graduation that week in Arkansas. People that would have normally went are not going. So it's a chance for you out of towners to come see Bob Joyce in concert May 22nd in Cabot, Arkansas. Go to bobjoyce.org. Okay. I'm back where I can see you, and Stephen Spielage is here. Hi, Jack. How you been doing? Not too bad, Stephen. Not too bad. Better than I deserve, that's for sure, as Dave Ramsey would say. And let's see here. Yeah, so okay. A lot of people watched that clip because kind of the comments died down, but we're up to 51 watching right now. 51. Here's Tammy. I can't even make that concert, but it's been gone a lot lately. You've been gone a lot lately, so I need to stay home. Well, you got 2 more chances this year. You've got 2 more chances this year. Details are coming. Details are coming. Keep it right here. Lock it in. Bayou Girls saying hello to you, Tammy with an I. Homer is experiencing ads. Huh. I see. Deborah retracted her message. Hey, here's lovely Rita Maid. Welcome to you. Saying hello to Elaine and Tammy. Sandra Fair is here as well. Hi there, Sandra Fair. Hey, Jack and all. Good to have you aboard for Wednesday, May the 6th. Let me slow down because I've been talking for hours here, doing pre-recorded stuff and this. So I'll just calm down a little bit. I did have something in mind to say, though. That just kind of flew right out the window. I didn't know the window was open. Makes me think of that famous Carol Burnett skit when she comes out on stage. Was it as Eunice? Was it her Eunice character? And she's wearing not only curtains, but the whole curtain rod. She said, I just saw it in the window and I knew I just had to have it. Good stuff. Good stuff. The genius, the female comedic genius of all times. Well, her and Lucy. Um, but there were some other very funny ladies like Joan Rivers was very, very funny. And many others. Where'd they all go? Some would say Nikki Glazer, but she, of course, is pretty blue. Blue on blue. Oh, I won't sing that again. I've got to come up with more blue songs. Brenda Gasco is here. This was an awesome sermon. He is so awesome. I was there, really, again, Brenda. Wow. How many times is that for you now? We cried during the sermon. If I lived near there, I would go there weekly. I'm not surprised to hear that. That's cool, Brenda. It's very, very cool. Bob is a blessing, says Deborah. Yes, I do believe he is EP. Extended play? What's that mean? You believe he's extended play? Is that like 4 songs on a CD instead of a full album? I don't know. Yes, I do believe he is EP. Love him as a great preacher and listen to him every Sunday service right here on either bobjoyce.org or on the YouTube. 431 miles in north central Oklahoma. That's your distance, huh? Wow. He has brought so many people to travel by car. Great distances. I'm talking Canada, New York, New Jersey, California, Arizona, and many other places. Here's Katina Swatsworth. Oh, she retracted her message. Elaine is going crazy, saying she is Elvis. 50 watching right now. So, what do we do today? I didn't leave the house today. Yesterday, Karen and I were out and about. Today, her and Andy went out to the hospital for blood work, and we're told it's too early. They won't approve it. So come back when you're having your actual appointment, and you can do blood work and the visit that day, which means they won't have the blood work results. What kind of stuff is this, ladies and gentlemen? I tell you what. Hi, Jack and family. Hello, Katina from the great state of Pennsylvania. We're going to ignore the leadership and say it's the great state. Nevertheless, there were so many people from Oklahoma Sunday, and I don't think, Nancy, you were one of them, right? Isn't that interesting? 431 miles, you say, huh? Wow. Very interesting. And if you're new and you haven't subscribed, please do. Please hit the thanks button and the notification bell. That would be swell. This way, when we do a pre-recorded video, well, I guess you could get woke up in the middle of the night, but depends. I put mine on vibrate, so I got a chance at hearing the phone, but, Karen knows if there's a problem just to bang on the wall, because my closet is through that door there, and then is her closet to her bedroom, you see. I always love hearing about your Bob Joyce experiences at the church, or if you were at the Alabama concert, which was such a big thing. So we're praying the same for the Cabot, Arkansas, and then 2 more Bob Joyce concerts this year. Absolutely. Yeah, baby. Oh, that was your first time there, so it was extra special. I'd love to hear your story in an email. If you could write it like you're writing just the stuff at first, and you can tell me other stuff in a separate email or at the bottom or something, like you're writing a story for the audience of your Bob Joyce experience this past Sunday, and I will read it on the air with your permission. People love hearing about those things. I have successful videos of people sharing their experience from Household of Faith. So there you go. So we say rest in peace to the founder of CNN. Before CNN turned into the Communist News Network, it was the creative genius of Ted Turner. Yes, he was married to Jane Fonda, but we don't hold it against him. At the time, he was. Ted Turner was a pioneer of cable news, the pioneer before Rupert Murdoch got into that field. There was Ted Turner, so may he rest in peace, dead at the age of 86 or 87. A lot of men die at that age, 86 or 87 or 83 or 77 or 78. It just seems to be. That's the way. Who else have we lost? We've lost somebody else. Help me out. It's interesting that there were many people there from Oklahoma on Sunday. And just like that, after all the talking I've done tonight, I'm running thin here. Help me out, folks, with what you care about, what you'd like to speak about, that kind of thing. That would help me out. But as I say, oh yeah, I want to check my email because I talked to somebody that gave me information on this, and I'm not saying they're here right now, and I'm not saying they're not. First of all, I see there's Elaine Peterson. Yes, yes, yes. My goodness. Elaine Peterson hits the Cash App, as she does just about every show, for Love You Tip with lips, red lips. Elaine Peterson, $10 on the Cash App. Thank you, thank you, thank you, Elaine Peterson. I need you're the Cornerstone Foundation people to do that, to kind of subsidize, because views are story is a little slow right now, and it'll be picking up this summer, if not before. And so you really help me out. Nanette hits the Cash App also for $10 for a just cause. Well, thank you very much. I'll write Cash App handle in the comments in just a little bit. But let me see if I can find what I'm looking for besides that. Let me see here. Okay. Oh, it was not who I thought it was. It was somebody else that was telling me about Garth Brooks. Matt Cox, do you know who he is? He's that guy who served time for, you've seen his commercials telling you to look out for people who can steal the title from your house, take liens on your title and what have you. Really, I think they can steal the house from you, and it's only one form that they need to do it. So if you've seen Matthew Cox in those commercials, he wrote a book. And it's on Amazon, and it's all about Garth Brooks. Is Garth Brooks the most prolific serial killer? I mean, even more than Dexter, BTK, Ted Bundy, BTK. Did I say BTK? John Wayne Gacy. He wasn't as friendly as a clown as you thought he was. So Matt has written this book. Let me just check it here.
Go on the pod. You can talk. They're good people. They're just joking. Like, he does a whole thing.
That's Matt Cox talking. I'm trying to get the name of his book. He was on the Danny Jones podcast talking all about, it says, Matt Cox lays out evidence Garth Brooks is a murderer. That's the name of the video. It talks about girls that went missing, and it seemed to coincide with Garth Brooks. In other words, they were people from the very area that Garth Brooks was touring in. He would do a date or two, and someone would go missing from that very area where Garth Brooks was doing a concert. It talks about him when he got his first big check, which was for like, I want to say $500,000. $500,000 when he hit it big. The first check was for about $500,000. And he was living in a crummy little place at this point. What does he do with the money? Does he go out and buy a really nice condo or something like that in Nashville? Because that's where he wants to live. No, he goes out and buys like 350 acres of land outside of Nashville and doesn't develop it. It just sits there for the longest time. There's probably a house on it now, but of course, part of the theory here that goes with this one is that he buried a ton of people there. Now, I pointed out to the person who's, I think, here right now, maybe not. I think so. That he would have to have a staff of people helping him because, first of all, he's doing a high energy show, and many of them are one nighters. The thing the very next morning after you wake up in the hotel is you have a nice breakfast and you get in that bus and off you go to the next date. If you have back-to-back dates, sometimes you have a break between dates, sometimes you're doing multiple dates, and yes, you have time during the day. But we all know serial killers tend to operate under the cover of darkness. But he's got this new book out. Well, it's been out for about a year now. Matt Cox. He's a very good speaker, and there's an audio book to this, and it's called, I think, What Lies Beneath, although that seems to be a Harrison Ford movie I just quoted. Under whatever. Just look for the Matthew Cox book. He's got several, including he talks about his real estate fraud days in one book. But you want the book, you'll know which one it is right away. Matt Cox on Amazon. It's only like $9-10 now on paperback. So you might want to check out this story. I heard him talk to Danny Jones about it, and it seemed fascinating. So I thought it was worth a read. I'm not saying I think that Garth Brooks is a prolific serial killer, but he did make a lot of odd statements in some interviews. He never does an unscripted podcast where you can ask him anything, but the comments he does make did seem, as Matthew Cox puts out, not crazy, but a little off. And I know some of you people love conspiracy theories. I know. So maybe you want to check that out. Okay. That's the end of that for now, unless you have a comment on it. Some of you may have heard of this. It was new to me, but I did find it a little interesting. I've heard bad things about Garth, and lost respect for him when he threatened to sue me for posting 20 seconds on my YouTube channel from his comeback concert. Oh, really? My goodness. Well, I'm just going with public information here, and I'll go with a little more that Google, so sue Google, but no, you can talk about pending litigation, So I will talk about that, what Google says. I better lower my voice so Brad will be up here saying, "You're keeping me up." Okay, is Garth Brooks being sued? I put it that way. Yes, Garth Brooks is currently facing a lawsuit filed in California by a former employee alleging sexual assault and battery. The accuser, identified as Jane Roe, claims the incident occurred in 2019, while Brooks has denied all allegations. Let me stress that Garth Brooks has denied all allegations, calling them a shakedown, and has filed a countersuit in Mississippi alleging extortion and defamation. The lawsuit alleges sexual battery, harassment, and rape by Brooks, which reportedly occurred during her time as a hair and makeup artist for him. Brooks' response: Brooks has strongly denied the allegations, stating the allegations are false and part of a shakedown, according to CNN. He preemptively filed a lawsuit in Mississippi to prevent the allegations from going public. I guess that didn't work. Legal proceedings as of May 2025, that's a year ago, a federal judge in Mississippi allowed Brooks' lawsuit against the accuser to proceed, while the California lawsuit against him is also active. The allegations have not affected his marriage to Tricia Yearwood, according to People. The cases are ongoing in Mississippi and federal courts. So that's what we have about that. Innocent to proven guilty. Innocent to proven guilty. I recently read or saw bad things about Garth too, but don't remember what it was about. So there it is, Vinnie Maru. Vinnie Maru, think that was it, Jack. Sounds familiar. Yeah. So there you go. What else is going on? I heard about Garth, says Katina Swatsworth. Team SWAT. Say hello to Chris in the great state of Pennsylvania. I'll give you her street address a little later on. So yeah, that brings us to 53 watching right now, 29. Just family. We're missing some people. We do have one of our Brendas back, but we're still missing a few Brendas. Brenda and Eddie were still going steady in the summer of 75. So I think I've covered all your comments. Looking forward to hearing about your experience, Brenda, at Household of Faith, if you so desire, in an email. That would be cool. And tell me about attendance. Did everybody that wanted to get in Sunday get in? Did they have enough seats Sunday at Household of Faith? I'm wondering about that because we're getting into the warmer weather now. They've got what, about 262 seats, something like that, more than they used to, but there's no overflow room, right? So did they use the other church building, which is a few miles away down the road, as the overflow place with a flat screen TV? Do they bus people over there? What do they do? Very curious about those kind of things too. If anybody knows, please tell me. And that's pretty much it right there. Everybody enjoy the big horse race in Kentucky Sunday. I love the hats. I thought the hats were really cool. I saw Johnny Baraserio's report on Jesse Waters. That was very good. My luck, Jack, if I went to Household of Faith, it would be like Clark Griswold going to Wally World. It would be closed. Well, that happened to the gentleman from Atlanta, Georgia, who went with his son, Aiden. They had a bad storm, and there was no power at the church. There had been flooding in the Benton area. Didn't affect the church, I don't think, but there's no power, so they canceled church that day. And we have a whole video about that because I know his name. I'm just having trouble saying it for the first time. I know his son, Aiden, though. He found Robert Wayne Joyce's house. And there's a video up. Just look for Wild New Bob Joyce video. 74,000 hits. And on Monday, many of you saw it that are here. We did a walk video live walking to Maple Hill Park up the road. I showed you a beautiful mural, not a Muriel like Muriel Bowser, mayor of Washington, D.C. A mural, as Karen corrected me. I think I said mural once and Muriel the rest of the time, whatever. But we show you the water fountain. We talk about certain things. And the name of the video is thank you for over 2,220,000 views here on YouTube since we began the channel. 2,220,000 plus views. Thank you very much for being part of that. And, we may not have the most subscribers. We may not have, we do have good watch time because of this show. People tend to watch for a good while. Some of you watch for the 2 hours that we do it, or if we don't do 2 hours, and let's see, I don't know if we're going to make 2 hours tonight, guys, because I'm losing steam. Does anybody have any coal they could feed me with? Some coal? My steam engine is going down here, and I've still got dishes and cats to feed down there. I was going to load the video when I came back from that, talking about Megan Kelly shooting off her mouth again. She's shooting up her mouth. It's too important that we don't lose the midterm, so stop it. But these, when you become a podcaster, you seem to lose all restraints and you lose the big picture. And that's what's happened to Tucker. Candace is a whole other story. She's already being sued by a couple of people, so whatever. I used to like her too. I don't understand. I took her picture down, didn't I? I think I did. Yeah, I did. So Richard, this is somebody brand new. I better put on my other specs, not the cool ones. You seem to know this person, Bayou Girl. Richard Piacenza. Richard Piacenza. Hello again. I ask you in the audience, what was his parents' name when Bob was born? Okay. So you say again, so you probably asked it either in a pre-recorded video or in the comments section of a live show replay. Because I do remember I've gotten that question once or twice, Richard. Here's the deal, Richard. I've said it before, but you haven't watched me much. Bob Joyce, as far as we can tell, miraculously appeared in 2011 when John Cook introduced us to him on Facebook. We have no record of him before. Oh, people have said he was a union carpenter to me. He had his own carpentry business and stuff like that. I can't find any proof of that at all. I can't find any proof. If you can't just show me a picture of him with a couple of ladies to say there's his mother, there's his sister, and I'm supposed to believe it, because that can easily be faked. But more than anything, Richard, I didn't think I'd be going to this photo again, but I will. In my humble opinion, Robert Wayne Joyce, there with Sabrina, I believe, his daughter, Robert Wayne Joyce, who married Willena Hattie in 1975, did not transform into the current pastor of Household of Faith. I can't make that connection. I can't do it, no matter how hard you try to forget all that. Okay? Here he is again, the biological father of Sabrina, Matt, perhaps Tom, because he does look like Matt, Tom, somewhat. He did not transform. There is young Matt Joyce as a soldier, and he did not transform. I'm going to show George Magazine. He did not transform into this man. I don't believe it. And that's just the way it is. And then we have so many, 8 dozen so-called coincidences. I speak of possibilities. I could be wrong about the whole thing, but you're trying to tell me Harrison Ford became Bryan Cranston, and I just can't get there. And then there's these weird things. Nicolas Cage shot a scene from his forthcoming movie, Best Pancakes in the County, at Sabrina Joyce's house. 100% verified by an inside source member. And look who we have here. We have the Academy Award winner, Nicolas Cage. And I thought that was Sabrina's husband, but I guess it's somebody else. Could be Randy Quaid. I'm not giving up on that. And then we have Pastor Bob Joyce. Pastor Bob Joyce. Now, for 3 months, we all know that Nicolas Cage was the son-in-law of Elvis Presley. He was married. He was married to Lisa Marie for about 3 months. So I don't know what else to tell you. I don't know what else to tell you. I don't care who you think his parents are, because I already know enough to know what you're going for cannot be, in my opinion, my personal opinion, it cannot be what you're peddling. I speak of possibilities. I could be wrong about the whole thing, but I can't make Nicolas Cage turn into Kevin Spacey, and I don't think Nicolas Cage would want to turn into Kevin Spacey, who, by the way, was my favorite actor, and I'd still be willing to give him another chance. And he is working. So what do you think? If Robert Wayne Joyce became today's Bob Joyce, Pastor Bob must have gotten, it's more than a nose job, and changed his eye color to blue. That's true, too. Yeah. Most of the people who do the Bob Joyce topic do not think that could possibly be true. So have I answered your question? Hey, Overbill Automotive. Attention guy in the middle, gray beard, JFK Jr. Oh, no. I had a picture somewhere, but the picture of his late wife, I would say, aged, that was a better one. I like that, but I don't have them ready to go tonight. I didn't think that would come up, So what do you think? Most people say Bob just appeared in 2011. Vinnie Maru, you're right on the money. Oh, that's a Vegas term. Yeah, right? Oh, let's go to that. Oh, I wish I could get there, Vinny. I don't know how your appetite is, though, but I love that I love that buffet. I loved it many years ago. Who knows what it's like now at the Excalibur? Oh, yes. That was a great buffet. Not cheap, but then again, it shouldn't be, right? It's so outstanding. So we got some new content out of that, gentleman. I don't know what else to tell you. I don't know what to say. If you can prove what you're saying, I'll stand corrected. Don't we have Neo tonight? I'm shocked. I remember years ago when I first discovered the Bob Joyce thing, started looking at conspiracies then, and I was intrigued. Yeah, I've never really considered myself that this is a conspiracy. I think this is the plan of God in action. I don't understand everything about it, and that's okay. I didn't understand. I didn't know. I wouldn't have probably eaten from the tree. Who knows what I would have done back then, because I understand that God don't have to tell me everything. I don't have to know everything or pretend I know everything. That's the story there. You know how I say shows usually fly by? This one is not flying by. I don't want this month to fly by. Nice and slow. The goal is in a month like May, which is still going to be chilly at night half the time here in the Hudson Valley of New York. It was not that warm in Texas today. My son told me he was out there driving today. Not that warm. You haven't had your 100-degree temperature. He said it was humid. I should stand corrected. It was in the 80s maybe, but it was humid. So that's hot. Humid is hot. But we haven't had much of that. Humid, no. We had a little bit in March of all things, and then it got cold. So all over the place. So as you'd love the Excalibur buffet, Elaine. It was delicious. That was 1998 when I did that. Almost 20 years now. We took a trip. This is in my first marriage. Yeah, I've had 12 marriages since then. Gloria thinks one man, one voice. I guess that's a way for thinking that Robert Wayne Joyce transformed into the current pastor. It's almost like telling me that Jim Carrey transformed into Danny DeVito. I just can't get there myself. I can't get there. But I know there are people that believe that. Disguises. Are you going to try to say that's a disguise? No, that doesn't line up. You can't disguise the Elvis eyes. I'm not saying that Pastor Bob is definitively Elvis Presley, but I'm saying those Elvis eyes speak volumes, and Robert Wayne Joyce did not have them. I don't know what my recent post was, Elaine. You got to specifically say what it was, because I'm speaking 150 miles an hour here sometimes. Hey, here's Michael Hembry. Hello, Jack. How's it going, Michael? How you feeling? Oh, finally Neo has showed up, huh? I didn't see him. I still don't see him. It's not often that you remain inconspicuous. Oh, that was Mrs. Wiggins who put the curtain rod on, Gloria? I thought it was Eunice. Mrs. Wiggins was the one who walked all bent over with her butt up in the air and worked usually with Tim Conway. It was hilarious. Tim Conway was hilarious as her boss. So Brenda has been to the church and puts a vote that she thinks he's E. He must be one of those conspiracy theorists. I was going to type in something. I forget what it was. Oh, well. So remember, tickets still available for May 22nd in Cabot, Arkansas. It's about 26 miles outside of Little Rock. So you fly in as a group, you plan this ahead of time, and then you all Uber together over to Cabot, I guess, and stay in Cabot, and then you all take a Uber back to the airport if you're going back the same general time. I don't know. Oh, yeah, I forgot to put up the Cash App handle. Tammy with an I, Tammy Griffin, $25 on the Cash App for Texas. Thank you so much. That's going to cost me some money there. I'll fly back from Texas, which means I got to get the enhanced license within the next few weeks. I got to get that, but I got to see my son. And I'm looking forward to it very, very much because I haven't seen him in a few years now, and that's no good. That's no good. Please pray that I get to meet my grandchildren at some point. That's another thing high on my prayer list. I would really love for that to happen. My son has not had any children as of this point. So you don't get confused about that. All right. So thank you, Tammy with an I. You're very faithful, and I appreciate that so much. Back to my live stream here. Talk amongst yourselves. Cash App handle is Media Guy 56. Media Guy 56, lowercase letters. Here it is. Cash App handle. Don't write that in. You must have Cash App, which you load from the Google Play Store. It's very handy and very trustworthy. I've used it for a number of years. Media Guy 56. Katina, good night, everyone. Thank you for stopping by. She'll probably watch more in the replay. Overbill Automotive, Bob Joyce concert, May 22nd, is a 7-hour, 16-minute drive. No, that's not correct. Somebody said that a few weeks ago. 26 miles from Cabot, Arkansas. I have to look this up again. I think I did last time, and then someone said, oh, yeah, right, I'm sorry. How are you getting that, though, Homer? Was it you that said it last time? Are you trying to drive me bonkers? Distance. Little Rock. Making me work hard here, Homer. Whoa, and now that happens. Please go back. Oh, now I got to start over. That's no fair. Hit the wrong button, that's a bad thing. I think you said that. I think it was you that said that last time. But I could be wrong. Could have been somebody else. "29 minutes by car, 26.2 miles," says Google, from Little Rock, Arkansas to Cabot, Arkansas. 26 miles, 42 kilometers, or whatever. So there you go. All right. Grandpa Becky is here. Grandma Becky, I'm sorry. Grandma Becky. Well, somebody did, so why are you saying it now, Homer? Are you trying to drive me crazy? Grandma Becky just got home from my granddaughter's spring concert. Was it good? What kind of music? What did she do in the concert? Michael's gone before he got here. It's storming here. Good night. Power might go out. God bless. Okay. Tammy is leaving us. Thank you, Tammy, for hitting the Cash App. Did I ever load that? I think I did. Right? Yeah, there it is. Okay. Very, very good. The other way is to hit the Ask button, which leads to the Thanks button for any amount. A few dollars would be very helpful as we are working on the month of June now. It's going to be a busy summer. Something, as long as it all works out, God willing, and the creek don't rise, I think there'll be some good stuff, although I can't say anything more because it makes it sound like I'm going there for that, and I'm not. That's all I can say. What can I say, Vinnie Maru? I have to keep it on the down low. There's a guy on YouTube named Wings of Pegasus. Yeah. Outstanding for voice comparisons. I know Wings of Pegasus. He should do a comparison on Bob Joyce and Elvis. He has done some incredible work in comparisons. He did do one, Vinny. And before he even got to the comparison, he let you know that he believed it was all hooey. The whole Bob Joyce thing was all hooey, which is like killing the lead, so unprofessional. You don't say that before you even go to the voice comparison and call yourself a professional. I understand. I like him. He does have a nice voice. I'm not really into what he does because I'm not a musician. It boggles the mind to me how many people that love what he does. I guess there's a lot of musicians that are, inclined that way. I'm just a DJ who played the music, so I wouldn't understand it. You know what I mean? But he has done it. And I think he's mentioned it at least twice. That could have been a big topic for him, but he threw it away. by letting you know he had already formed an opinion. So it kind of ruined the video for me. But yeah, but others have done the comparison. Somebody just gave me a very detailed, which person was that? Go back to the email. So, but I like him, and he gets good views and everything like that. He's got a nice voice, but I do remember I sure checked out that one when he did it, and I was kind of disappointed. Um, so now I got to remember who sent me that comparison, and it's a ways back. I probably won't be able to find this that easy, or at all, because I'm not sure exactly who did it. Don't think it was this person here. Nope. But it was very detailed. Could have been Heather Feather talked about that study, but I don't think so. There's like 3 or 4 possibilities here. Yeah, I don't know if I'm going to get it that easily. I'd have to know who wrote it. Can't pull it out of my medulla or my cerebellum. Back to the live stream. I know you're here, Gloria Harlow Drummond. I'm glad you are. So what's going on with you, and what's going on with Grandma Becky? Sandra Fair is talking to Grandma Becky. There are people out there with incredible software and know how to use it. You would think they would be able to nail this topic down. Yeah, the study that I got printed out was quite lengthy, and allowing for age, which I don't know that Wings of Pegasus did. His ultimate conclusion was, or her ultimate conclusion, I think it was a he, his ultimate conclusion that it was probably the same person. Probably. No definitive conclusion, but it was probably the same person. They compared that one was done in a studio and one was live, and that can be like apples and oranges. But you would know more if you're a musician, and I think you are, Vinny, than I would. I just played the songs on the radio. So there you go. Well, I think both is a wonderful experience, but I can see you'd want to go to the church tubers realm. And only a certain amount of people can do that, I understand that. But boy, those people in Coleman, Alabama seem to have the time of their life, and people that share their experiences here, including Donald Stone, talked to me about that. He was there. If you watch Donald Stone, he seems like a good guy. He's the one that told us that Pastor Bob left the church in a police car with the lights a-blaring. They were waiting for him. They escorted him out, and that the Cadillac that some people thought that Pastor Bob drove was not his. It was driven by somebody who attended the concert. But I mean, there was that old time feel from the older women in the audience, of being just thrilled. I don't want to say in awe because the whole purpose of a gospel concert is to hold Jesus in awe, not Bob Joyce, and he wouldn't want that. He wouldn't want that. But they were thrilled to see him, and that's normal human emotions. I understand that. But I would have to leave my home if I did that, says Elaine. Yes. And it does get harder as we get older. That's why you got to be careful of that. That's one of the things that can happen. You get to the point you don't want to leave your home, or you're afraid to leave your home, or you've got maladies and things like that. Or you don't have somebody to give you support along the way to go with you. I understand that. You live in a very, you think LA is far, you live in a outer region there. So I understand all those factors come into play. We all know about play, right, Vinny? We know how well, all I do is lose on the one-armed bandit, so it's pointless for me. So, what are we doing tomorrow? I don't know. There is a lot of things on the May calendar, though. There are a lot of things that are coming up. Next Monday is Westchester Medical Center. Oh boy. 2:00 to see my cardiologist. I'm wore out in my old age, Vinny. You're just a young man. Yeah, well, I did that. I'm pretty proud of it, too. Let me go to my channel. I hope people, whether you watch it or not, will share it. When you go outside topic, it takes a while to build an audience, and you got to produce a lot of it, a lot of content. Oh, look at this! The picture of me, as I say, our current video. Pastor Bob speaks out about complaining, and we did cover that. 30 minutes in, replay crowd. 30 minutes in. Replay crowd doesn't exist technically yet because we're live. But the first thing I saw was me holding because it's a little sore right there. But I'm okay. So suddenly 70, making the rest of life count. 67 have seen it so far. We released it at about 7:00 East Coast time. So please, watch that if you haven't, and share it, subscribe, like, hit the notification bell. Like button, very important too. Then on Monday, we were out and about to Maple Hill Park, celebrating well over 2 million views. That's what my data tells me here at the channel since we started the channel. I know people like Candace get 2 million views in a day or two, but for me, it's a big thing. Well over 2,220,000 views at the time on YouTube. And we talk about Rudy Giuliani. He's getting better. The last I heard is, hope there hasn't been any bad updates, but he was off the breathing equipment, recovering from pneumonia. His doctor said he does have 9 lives, this man. So that was very good news. That was very good news. Who else died, though? Somebody died. So I'm hoping, I feel good about that too. The first Suddenly 70s video is the horror of being sure of nothing. That's been out now for a month, and it's only got 396 views, and it's frozen at that number. If you haven't watched that, you should. It's also good, but that's a little longer. This one is only 31 minutes that I did tonight. Suddenly 70, making the rest of life count. And the live video has the 2M, 2 million blue and white sign as the thumbnail. Elvis at 91, Bob Joyce story, question mark, 7,300 views. 7,300 views. Bob Joyce caught in a trap, must see, 6,000 views. That's pre-recorded too. Bob Joyce finally caught, two Bob Joyces finally caught together on tape. Watch that one, 5,300 views. 11,400 subscribers. We'll get to 11,500 eventually. And there you go. So I'm happy about that. Proud of the pre-recorded video from Suddenly 70s series that we did today. I hope you'll give it a watch and tell others and share it. Have I said that enough? Please subscribe, like, hit the notification bell, and hit the thanks button if you can, which you find when you hit the ask button. Robin Roman is here from Arkansas, talking to Jackie Organ from Australia. Overbuilt Automotive. Your name reminds me of some videos I've seen recently about overpriced automotives, particularly trucks, but they make them so big now. 100,000 for them. Crazy people. Yeah. And I don't mean to nitpick, but in a parking lot that's really meant for small SUVs, cars, and that kind of thing, these trucks are a hazard. They barely fit in the spot, and they totally obstruct your view when you're trying to back out. How many people, you can go out gingerly, but you pretty much got to have somebody, a second person, to stand there and guide you out, because these super trucks totally obstruct your view as you try to back up. If someone is coming down fast, they're going to hit you potentially. So I really think there should be a different spot, and there should be a ticket if they park in the regular spot. That's my personal view. They're just too big, and they're too much of a hazard, Have a separate area for them. Try to make it so it's not too far away. Nancy, welcome. I talked about Ted. Yeah, I did. Pioneer. He was the founder of CNN, which means he was the founder of cable news before there was Rupert Murdoch, way before there was Ted Turner, before CNN turned into the communist news network. Ted Turner did a stellar job. He introduced us to Larry King Live, for goodness sakes, and some really classy anchors. I used to think some of the ones that are on there now were classy till they showed their true colors. But I can remember some of the ones from that era, including Tony Harris, who has a show on the History Channel, right, where he talks about the odd occurrences in life. Can almost grab the title, Tony Harris, former CNN anchor. And, of course, Bernard Shaw was the morning host, passed away now, that Ted Turner hired, and there were many other great ones. I'm thinking of the gentleman with the white hair, but I can't pull his name out. It's been so many years. So, yeah, it's a real loss. Ted Turner was great, even though he was married to Jane Fonda. For a while, anyway. I just had to buy new tires with alignment, and 5 tires over $1,000. Oh, you get an extra one for the back, right? They won't fix flats on tires 5 years or older in Las Vegas. I didn't know that. Me either. Jeez. Good night, Brenda Gaskill. Please share your experience in the email if you want. You know my address. They won't touch them. Isn't that something? Wow. We had 2 feet of snow yesterday. You're in Denver. I think you're in Arkansas because you've been to Arkansas, right? Or you want to go to Arkansas. See, this is how weird it is, right? You had some really warm weather where we were in the ice box, but now in May, and this happened last year, right? You had snow, but of course it's all melted away. We have some crazy weather lately. Oh, that's what I wanted to type in. Let me see here. Let me get rid of some of these tabs. Because someone said that Al Gore, the earth is melting, the polar bears are going to die, the glaciers are going to melt, is now saying the opposite. Yes. Why am I not surprised? Yes, Al Gore has mentioned an ice age, but context is crucial. He has not predicted a new traditional ice age. Rather, he has warned that global warming, I thought it was climate change now, we had to get rid of global warming because you were proved to be a bit of an arse, Mr. Gore, Vice President Gore. He has warned that global warming could cause a regional temporary cooling effect, sometimes referred to a mini ice age scenario. He likes to cover all bases in places like Europe, I see. Regional Cooling Warning 2026, speaking at an event marking the 20th anniversary of An Inconvenient Truth, which he should have apologized for. Gorn warned that melting ice from Greenland could shut down the Gulf Stream system, which could bring severe cold to Europe even as the rest of the planet continues to warm. You should have been here in January, Al Gore, in the state of New York. Okay. I just think he's he's just peddling misinformation again or wild theories. And who would ever do that? Yeah. Oh boy. So time will tell if we're alive to tell. I think there is a book called, you can probably find it on Amazon, Not by Ice, but by Fire. Not by ice, but by fire. Elaine Peterson surprisingly talking about health insurance. I do agree that anyone who walks into a hospital, whether they have health insurance or not, this is the United States of America, should be fully and completely treated. If you don't have health insurance, if we can spend $300 billion on what has amounted to nothing in the Ukraine, we can sure as heck fix that man's ear and anything else that needs to be done, Neil. Hello, Neil. No one liked Chad back then. Darn Chad. Once again, I read a Neo clip cold, and I'm more confused than Joe Biden taking a cognitive test. Sorry, Robin. I could have used somebody else. I could have used Kamala. Why didn't I? I could have even went further. I could have went further back. I'm more out. My stomach is grumbling, Vinny, because I haven't eaten. I didn't have dinner. I just came up here and said, remembering, I'm sure you saw this movie, Throw Mama from the Train, Vinny. What did Billy Crystal tell Danny DeVito? He said, a writer writes. Well, I said to myself, a creator creates. So get up there. It was coming up on 4:30. Get up there. I said, Karen, I just got to go up and do some work. I'll see you after the live show if she's awake. She may not be. We have this crazy Willie Loomis, our cat, who sleeps all day sometimes and then awakens her in the middle of the night. Either he's got to go to the bathroom, and there is a litter box right outside her room, and there's one downstairs in the living room as well. We keep it very clean. Um, and So sometimes he wakes her up for that reason. And, I don't know if you guys have this experience, but when a cat goes to the bathroom, you want to make sure they're not climbing on your bed with a dirty behind. So she's got the wipes and everything, and she has to get up for that. So I'm not really big on animals on the bed, especially dogs. So I don't want to ruffle any feathers, but it's never been my thing, just not for me. Yeah, they won't give you a surgery without paying for us. I was against it in the 70s, and I'm against it now. That would be something I would be in total agreement with Hillary Clinton on, and it ain't much other than that. But I thought she really cared about healthcare. I'll say that. I got to say something good about Hillary. I thought she really did care about healthcare. I was surprised when she killed Jeffrey Epstein. I was. It's a joke. Ah, dear. Sandra Fair agrees with me. You know what I mean? Oh, there are people here, I'm sure, that will litter boxes for a cat. Yeah, we don't have a dog. We did when I first moved in here. At Gloria, it was a zoo. We had Geisha, the big dog. What do you call it there? The looked like a German Shepherd, sorta, but it wasn't. There was Geisha. I saw her on the bed more than once, but I got that to stop. And there were 7 cats on this side, five birds, and there was Charlie the cat on this side with Karen's mother. So it was a zoo. It was a zoo when I moved in here. Jack, I agree. Although our big dog, you say? Who's the our, Elaine? You never said our before. Is that a slip of the tongue? Our big dog is on our bed. There's a second hour. You've never said that in the history of this channel, Elaine Peterson. And he takes up the whole bed, LOL. Things that make you go, huh. Okay. My dog weighs more than me. Don't you mean our dog weighs more than me, Elaine? That makes pee-pee pads. They make pee-pee pads for dogs. Oh, boy. Take the dog out. I know it's not easy if you're on the 27th floor or something. The dog's going to pee in the elevator. And now all your neighbors will hate you. Huh. Interesting. The things you learn, huh? Huh? Yeah, I just don't believe in it. I don't want that. And I don't know. But Willie, let me see. Find Willie real quick here. Here's Willie Loomis. Karen shot this late this afternoon. I am losing all hope that this cat will ever seek gainful employment, ladies and gentlemen. I don't think he ever will. This cat is a freeloader, ladies and gentlemen. He's a freeloader. Yesterday, I did not pay for it. I guess I could say Andy did. $350 at the vet for his annual shots, etc., etc. Willie Loomis. He was very good at the vet, though. He usually is. Little apprehensive, wanted to jump off the table, but he got through it. What? Cats at school? No, I want him to get a job at Walmart. That's what I'm hoping for. I'm just waiting for that inevitable. How dare you say dogs shouldn't be on the bed? Yeah, he knows how to work the system. He does. I have to admit. He is really a wonderful cat though for the most part. He did attack Suki outside, the cat that has 4 kittens, and we feed all of them. I mean, it's not like Willie, you can probably tell, doesn't get enough food. He does. Thank you, Jupiter's Realm. Maybe they need to report to the counselor's office. Well, I had to report to the counselor's office a few times because my behavior warranted it back in the day. Not so much in junior high school, but when I quit 16, I had to see my counselor, Mr. Sweeney. Not related to Sydney, I don't think. Not like her great grandfather or anything. It was in the 70s, for goodness sakes. Um, and he said, you have missed a whole lot of school here in ninth grade. Ninth grade. I failed a grade, so I was only in ninth when I should have been in 10th. I failed second grade, and that's how I met Karen Reed for the first time. And was with her in second, third, fourth, fifth, and sixth. But I only got there because I came back from Montreal, Canada. I think I started class here like in February, March. It was a completely different curriculum. I could not adapt. I failed second grade. I'm glad I did because what a wonderful class I had with Karen and Charlie Van Gelder and the late Keith Niles, God rest his soul, and the late Patrick Dorenzo, God rest his soul, and Ruth Ann, I won't say her last name, but she was my first crush. Although I thought, wow, this Karen Reed is beautiful, But I was just a little boy, for goodness sakes. And Christine Bradford. And, we had so many. Some for a few years, like Timothy Slattery, God rest his soul. We got about 12 of them that are dead. And that's really sad. Because they died, some in their 60s, some in their 50s, some in their 40s. I think Patrick died in his 40s. So what's happening there in Las Vegas, Vinny? Donny Osmond's doing his last year, I believe. Wayne Newton's still going at his small theater, right? And what else is the big thing? Is Circus Soleil there? It must be. Grandma Becky says we have a king-size bed so the cats and dogs can sleep with us. I just can't. I understand the cats, sort of, Willie obviously does it. I don't know. A guy marries a woman. When a man marries a woman, he wants some alone time with her. He wants, you shouldn't have to go to a hotel, put the dog in some facility when you're on vacation. Oh, we bring the dogs. That's another thing. Forget it. Do you ever have any time alone, intimate time? That's not what you hope for when you marry, that you're going to have a farm on your bed. But I knew someone would say that. I thought it'd be worse, But, that's your thing. That's how Three Dog Night got their name. On a cold night, people would have all 3 dogs on the bed. 3-dog night to keep you warm. Oh, it's a 3-dog night. They took the name for their great group. They're still out there, but everybody's dead except one guy. So it's really a tribute band because the guy who's there didn't sing that many lead songs. Well, I know the show Neo when it was fresh and new was what's his name? Ron White said it was fantastic. No, maybe he was talking about that other show. Could have been the Beatles show. I don't know. What is expensive? Neo continues to win the award for the most exclusive comments. Put it that way. Oh, so if I didn't finish that story, Robin, which I have a habit of saying, this really nice counselor, Mr. Sweeney, said, you've missed a bunch of school. We could send you to a place for that for a while. We could do that. I explained to him that I planned to get right to work and that I wanted to go to the Connecticut School of Broadcasting. I ended up doing both. He was very nice and waived that. And I'll always remember how nice Mr. Sweeney was, because he's right. I did miss a lot of ninth grade. So that ought to tell you something here. I got my GED, my GED, and I went on to broadcasting school. Took me a few years to get a job, though. What's your side job, Vinny? I've taken up a side job lately. It doesn't pay anything, though. Oh, that's a drag. You must be Kathy Griffin's publicity agent. No business, right? I kill myself sometimes. Sorry to hear that. But yeah, I would love to go to Vegas again, but I don't know. This is a busy year. I can't talk about it too much, except Texas is included. And we'll see. I know you think you know and all that. I get it. Well, we're coming up almost on 2 hours here. Oh, you caught Elaine's attention when you mentioned the word lotion. Makes me think of Joe Dirt. It puts the lotion on the skin. It does as it's told. Joe Dirt, the best thing David Spade ever did. You remember that, right? Which one was that? That was Buffalo Bob. It was Buffalo Bill in the Silence of the Lambs, right? Or if I got it reversed, is it the other way? Sounds slippery. Yes. Well, what Joe Dirt really wanted in that movie was the latest edition of the Auto Trader. And when he finally got it for him and put it down in the basket, he said, "Oh, I ain't got that one. Good movie. Why not read the most popular psalm in the Bible? Why not do the whole thing, too? It's said at many of funerals. I know that for sure. Psalm 23, a psalm of David. The Lord is my shepherd. I shall not be in want. This is the NIV. He makes me lie down in green pastures. He leads me beside quiet waters. He restores my soul. He guides me in paths of righteousness for his name's sake. Even though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil, for you are with me. Your rod and your staff, they comfort me. You prepare a table before me in the presence of my enemies. You anoint my head with oil. My cup overflows. Surely goodness and love will follow me all the days of my life, and I will dwell in the house of the Lord forever. Hoarse voice, but that is the most beautiful psalm, comforting psalm. Oh, boy. Vinny, you didn't have to do that, especially since you just told me you're struggling a little bit. I would have understood. I, I would have understood. But I guess you're still working the other job too. I really want to know in an email. Just if nothing else, shoot me your number again. Shoot me your number in an email, okay? I got it somewhere, but I'd be going through a bunch of emails. Shoot me your number and tell me the best days and times. Even if you say West Coast time, I'll translate it. But East Coast time, if you can do it, then we could have a chat. Have a chat. Vinny Maru hits the Cash App for $50. Thank you, Vinny. Thank you very much. I just hope that's within your budget because I would have understood if you didn't. Thank you also, Tammy Griffin. Tends to be the same people. I'm a little concerned that we're not getting new people because, it's falling on the same people. And if it's only $2 or $5 on the thanks button, I appreciate that so much. Or here on the Cash App, Media Guy 56. So thank you, Vinny. Thank you, Tammy, for hitting the Cash App. Tammy Griffin, Nanette for hitting the Cash App, and Elaine Peterson from Spokane, Washington. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Especially as the views are down right now, as we're trying to get our footing, kind of a slow time in the Bob Joyce story. It's very much appreciated. All right. Coppertone. Who was that girl? Who, maybe you've already alluded to it. Who was the original Coppertone girl where the little doggy pulls down the back of her bathing suit showing her untanned buttocks? Of course, it was a cartoon drawing, but who? Well, maybe, yeah, I guess it was, but it was still, the face wasn't. It was a up and coming actress. Who was it? Who? And Sandra Fair in beautiful taxi cab yellow breaks the nobody hitting the thanks button tonight chain by hitting the cash. Thank you. Oh, look at Miles Wright. You didn't have to do that. It's because it's always the same people, and I'm so grateful to you guys. I really am. Need a few more customers, though, just so I can, supplement a retirement that this year is going to have some challenges, and you will like some of it. You will like some of it. That's all I can say. Sandra Fair for $10 and Taxi Cab Yellow Miles Right 1999 on the thanks button. Thank you so very much. Appreciate that. Brooke Shields, no, good guess though. Good guess. You're real close because I think the person who it was also had that kind of a controlling mother. So that's interesting that you said Brooke Shields. We all know that Brooke Shields' mother was the one that gave the okay for her to do Pretty Baby, which a lot of people thought was inappropriate. But this one did the same thing, same kind of inappropriate movies when she was underage. Do you know who it is now? Elaine Peterson, thank you for blessing. Thank you for blessing Jack and everyone. Yes, thank you very much. Miles and Sandra. Pepsi. Some people say Pepsi was Elvis's favorite drink, not Dr. Pepper. I've heard both. SW. You have to be careful in the sun here in the South. Sure you do. But you're in the West, aren't you? Where are you, Vinny? Because if you're back in, by the time I get to that place, I'm going to ask you to look up Nancy Barrett at the very fancy Citizens complex she lives in. It's an apartment and all that, but it's assisted living, And Nancy Barrett was Carolyn Stoddard on Dark Shadows, and a bunch of other characters too. I don't think she's going to be in Los Angeles for the probably final Dark Shadows Remembrance Convention, whatever you want to call it, July 31st, 1st, and 2nd. You don't know how much Karen and I would like to be there, but we just can't swing that. Just the airfare alone, But Nancy didn't make the New York one. I don't think she's on the list for this. Neither is David Hennessy, who's never showed up in anything, which is just a crying shame. He was supposed to show up in New York, and he canceled too. And so many people bought tickets because it was Nancy Barrett and David Hennessy, and we're very disappointed because they'd seen the other people. We love them all. We love Catherine Lee Scott, don't like her politics, but other than that, and we saw Donna McKenzie, Broadway star, who was in Dark Shadows, one of the Dark Shadows beauties, like Catherine is. But a lot of people, it was much fuller than it normally would have been. And I have to say, because Sharon Smith, who played Little Sarah, she had been there before, as had Marie Wallace. But everybody, especially us guys that didn't watch the show to the pandemic, we had never met Nancy Barrett, never met David Hennessy. Nobody has, because he never comes. Little David, he will turn 70 years old, little David, in August. He was born the same year as me, 1956. Oh, he's a warm vampire, though. And the blood that he drinks from you will be warm also. But if he drinks too much, you'll be cold. But then you'll come back and live forever as a vampire. So there's different ways to look at it, Elaine. Yeah, I know I speak about Dark Shadows a lot. They did it all tongue-in-cheek. Many of them were Christians who wore crosses, and I know Catherine Lee Scott has been to church, and a bunch more. No, not Drew Barrymore, but that's another great guess. It's another great guess, is the original Copper Tone Girl back in the 60s. So, I will say it before I say goodnight. Don't look it up. That's cheating. That's cheating. Someone who I had a big crush on. No, not Christy McNichol. But I did. We're talking about doggies now? Trying to think of Geisha's breed. Geez. I see my neurologist on the 18th. There's a few things I'm concerned about, but overall, I'm pretty good, I think. But I was having trouble remembering how to pronounce Euphoria, which is that series on HBO. And I would think about, what's the name of that show? And I couldn't get it. And then the other day, it just came to me. Very scary stuff, folks. Don't like the sound of that kind of lotion. Well, if you want a good lotion, Suzanne Summers has some good lotion. So does Bed Bath & Beyond sometimes. No, Bath and Body Works. Oh, yes. I'm going to talk some time about chemotherapy, probably right here, Elaine. So we'll talk about that. Yes, she sure was an E.T. Great movie. And she was in Firestarter and a lot of movies in the early part of her career. So, time to say goodnight. Jodie Foster was the original Copper Tone Girl, I do believe, unless I've totally lost my mind. That was Jodie Foster, who we first saw, or many of us saw, in for the first time in The Little Girl Down the Lane, starring her, Martin Sheen, and Scott Jacoby. Anybody remember Scott Jacoby? So, Vinny, you know my email, jackthefairguy@gmail.com. Here goes Elaine now. No, you said hour twice today, Elaine. I never knew there was an hour. That was today's headline, if you ask me, from the show. Yeah, it's good to hear, actually. I know the movie you're referencing, Neo. I think you got it right. Here's Jackie Organ. Good night, Elaine Peterson. Good night to everybody. It's been wonderful joining you here on Worldwide Ramblings for a Wednesday, May 6th. May this be the slowest month of the year. I love the merry month of May. Everybody is happy and gay, especially Kevin Spacey. Oh, wait a minute now. Yeah, I didn't miss that. I didn't realize you used that color. There's Miles. There's Sandra. Thank you for the thanks button. Thank you for those who hit the Cash App. Appreciate it very much. Big God bless you. We plan on talking with you Saturday night at 9 p.m. Eastern. If anything changes, I'll put up notice. And if you have your notification button on, you'll get that. But we're planning on Saturday at 9. Till next time, ta-ta. Have a wonderful Thursday.